I thought, what would be a cool way to start off 2022? Running 24 miles in 24 hours while sharing 24 ideas and not having any sleep or food. I thought that's pretty cool. And I'm gonna try to keep the ideas pretty short, so let's dive into it.
I guess this is what I signed up for.
The idea that probably has impacted me the most in 2021, I call it easy running.
The idea behind easy running is it's much better to do something every day, but at an easy level of difficulty.
And you do it consistently, and once you get really good at it and it becomes effortless, then you can go and make it harder. Example, start off running 2 minutes a day. That's it. Then once you get used to 2 minutes a day, then you can make it 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and in just a few months you can be running 20-30 minutes. And you could be applying that to just about anything in your life. The second idea I call suggestion box. And the idea behind suggestion box is to treat your head as a suggestion box, not to treat your thoughts as who you are, but instead just take them as suggestions. So there's no need to fight yourself and every single thought that you have. Don't judge yourself for your thoughts, judge yourself for your actions. Idea number 3, artificial suffering. I believe that in the modern day, we don't get exposed to enough danger, so therefore our survival instincts don't kick in. I would suggest creating artificial suffering for yourself, such as creating challenges or doing something out of your comfort zone. I think that will help you with your creativity and help you get out of your head.
There's like this sense of nervousness that I'm feeling right now. I've ran way more than 24 miles in one sitting, so that shouldn't be a problem. I've fasted for way more than one day. The ideas, I kind of think that I have most of them ready, but still there's like this nervousness that's in the air, but I like it.
Idea number 4, do the thinking once. The idea behind do the thinking once is that what you want to do is you want to create a system or hypothesize about something, and then over time just tweak that idea. Don't try to start something from scratch every single time because you're doing unnecessary thinking. Idea number 5, inbox. The same way you get email and they're all stored in an inbox, your thoughts should be the same way. You should, every single time you have an idea, you should just write it down and store it somewhere. Your head is not a storage device. Your head is supposed to be creative and come up with ideas. Idea number 6, gamify. I think our lives by themselves are just kind of boring unless you make it interesting. So I would suggest making your life and treating it as a game. Make different levels, make challenges, and make it fun. Otherwise, it's going to be boring. Number 7, win at what matters. What you need to do in life is know exactly what you want to get good at and just try to focus on that. By trying to become good at everything, you're guaranteeing yourself to be good at nothing exactly. Instead, define what you want to be successful in and try to work towards that.
The thing that I was worried the most about was I just came off an injury, my left knee, and I was hoping that it won't cause me any problems. And luckily so far it's been really good.
Number 8, goals. The simplest thing is to write your goals and read them on a daily basis. I believe most people don't achieve something not because they're not capable, but instead they just simply forget about their goals. So read them on a daily basis and write them.
I feel like the funny yet weird part is like I'm getting out for the 9th time already today out of my apartment. It is 8 o'clock and this is 9th mile. Let's go.
Idea number 9, writing. I find writing helps to deconstruct whatever's going on in your head. I think there's a lot of stuff that's going on in our head, and our brain, like I said, is not a storage device, so it's really not able to juggle more than just a few things at a time. So therefore, I would suggest writing your thoughts down and trying deconstructing on the paper or on your computer versus inside your head.
It's definitely getting colder. Opening my apartment door for the 9th time.
Idea number 10, habits. Find and create habits around things that are important. Even better, combine them, such as exercise, finance, fun, family. Habits are like cheat codes. Once they're established, you don't necessarily have to make any mental effort towards actually doing those things. Action over thoughts. At times we get stuck in our head too much, and I believe that action trumps thoughts. So therefore, try to do more actions than thoughts.
It's getting darker and darker by the minute.
Idea number 12, employee and loved one. Treat yourself as an employee or someone you have to care about. That will make you think about yourself in a completely different way. The employee part is how would you try to motivate or care for an employee? And also, how would you treat somebody if you love them? So try to treat yourself in that same way.
Definitely the first 12 hours were on just cruise control, pretty easy. It was just kind of more like annoying. Now it's in the area where it's getting like actually hard.
Idea number 13, brainwashing yourself. I think brainwashing usually has a very negative connotation, but it's a tool that you could utilize to brainwash yourself. If you want to do something, if you repeat it enough times, you're going to believe it eventually. So try to use it as a tool at times.
It's currently 11:53 p.m. I definitely can feel that I'm getting tired. Not necessarily from running. The running aspect is actually like the easier part. I think it's just like slowly, I usually go to sleep like roughly around like 10, 11. So I'm getting tired and I want to go to sleep. And then second, it feels weird to have to go every hour for a run. It almost makes me feel like somebody's making me do something I don't want to do.
Idea number 14, outside knowledge. 99.9% of things that you're ever going to learn in your life is from somebody else. What you're going to come up in your lifetime is probably 0.0000001%. That will be what you're going to come up and will be original. So don't get too caught up about being right or having an ego about ideas or hard work, because what you're going to come up with is most likely negligible in the grand scheme of things.
I think also between each run, I kind of have to force myself to stay awake. That's probably like the hardest part, maybe.
Idea number 15. Try being useful versus trying to be rich. By being useful, most likely you're going to become rich, but it's not necessarily the other way around. Idea number 16. Golden number. Freedom is not having a lot of money, but enough money to pay your monthly bills. Work on that instead of working on becoming rich. After that, happiness comes from what you do, not what you make. Idea number 17. Watch who you hang with. I think throughout our life we hear this a lot. Surround yourself and spend time with people you want to be like, because everybody that you're surrounded with is most likely going to influence you in a particular way. So watch who you hang with.
It's currently 5 a.m. It's slightly getting lighter outside, but it's definitely cold.
Idea number 18, death. I think you shouldn't be afraid of death. It's coming for all of us anyways. So instead, use it as motivation. It's actually quite liberating when you know that you're going to die, and the reason for it is because whenever you make mistakes, you don't have to worry about it, because one day you're going to die. Idea number 19, simple. Don't complicate your life unnecessarily. Focus on what matters most and double down on that. Always review and try to get rid of things that don't matter. That means routines, stuff, and ideas. If they're not contributing to what you want to do long term, eliminate it and keep it simple.
Definitely, I think not sleeping and not having food on top of it made it like 10 times harder. Even then, with sleeping, sometimes I felt myself, I was sitting down and I would gaze out and like I would wake up. So the sleep part, I think, is the hardest part out of all of them.
Idea number 20, consistency is key. If there's one thing that I would preach in this list is consistency is key. Consistency is the mother of all progress and learning. So try to be consistent if you want to excel at something. One can change the world. Sometimes we believe you need to make the next light bulb, invent the wheel, or make the next Bitcoin. But in reality, to change the world, sometimes could mean making one person's day could change the direction of the entire world. I know sometimes it feels not true, but it is. So you don't have to do big things in order to change the world. Every action that you take, in fact, contributing to changing the world. Idea number 22, center of the universe. Just remember, you're not the center of the universe. The reason people do what they do is because they think that's the right thing. So no need to be upset at them. And blaming yourself for what other people do is not necessarily your fault. At times, it could be what's going on in their own life. So you're not the center of the universe. Don't think about everything. Idea number 23.
Mile 22 is done. About to start mile 23. I feel like a zombie.
Time. Try to optimize for time in your life versus trying to optimize for money. Time is a very limited resource, which is not true about money. So try to optimize everything around time versus money.
Mile 23. Actually, sorry, mile 24. Yeah. So it's mile 24. I'm about to start it right now. It's 11 a.m. After this run, I just have to not eat for another 45 minutes and it's going to be 24 hours. One thing I can promise myself is that shower is going to feel so good. Also, I'll show you my breakfast later. I already pre-made it so that way it gets ready by the time I'm home.
And last but not least, gratitude.
So the fun part is that this is the last mile. The sad part is I just walked myself out of my apartment on that last mile. Alright, let's finish this mile and then figure that part out.
I think treating everything in your life as it is a gift and it could be taken away at any given moment, I think is the key to happiness. While you're having something and treating it as a gift and knowing that it could be taken away at any moment makes you aware of impermanence of things in life. And be happy about the fact that you had something versus trying to focus on when you lost it or you don't have it anymore. I think a lot of people ask me why I do challenges like this, and I think whenever you experience struggle, you appreciate when you don't have struggle. So by creating artificial struggles, you actually have more gratitude for simple things like food. Be kind to yourself, because at the end of the day, we're all just dust in this universe. All right, I think those are all the thoughts and ideas that I wanted to share. I will be most likely making videos on most of these topics. If there's particularly one that you want me to do sooner than the other ones, please let me know in the comments below. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.